Okay, today I'm going to show you a resource that you can use to build some excitement around writing and hopefully even some writing stamina in your students. So the website we are using is called We Will Write. When you log on, it'll ask you to create a username and a password and then the grade level you teach. Once you put in the grade levels you teach, I think there's just like a range. It will populate different writing scenarios or writing topics that you might be interested in for your class. So once you decide on one, you will display a join code for your students. So they will go in and enter in their join code. They'll ask to put your first name, and then you don't have to do your whole last name, but it will ask you to do like the first 3 letters. So all of the teams will populate here, and we will go ahead and start the game. So if you notice on one side, you'll see the classroom screen. So that's what's being displayed for everybody. The student screen is just what they see. So they know what team they're on. In this case, I am part of the Bucks. So when it starts, they will then see something that says, you hear a strange sound and peek under your bed. You find something unexpected. What is it? You can see this is an imaginative text, and they are going to have 3 minutes tops to answer this prompt. So we're going to go start writing, and then I'm just going to spend some time writing. So I am lying in bed one night when suddenly I hear something go boom. I peek over the side of the bed and see a tiny little fairy looking lost and confused. Did you lose your tooth? She asked. So we'll just stop there for now. Let's just pretend it's been 3 minutes and the timer is up. Then as a student, I can say if how I felt about it. I'll just say that I'm satisfied and it was a fun task. And so then the students will see 2 different texts that go up against each other to see which one is most imaginative. So we'll show this text. I found my old teddy bear. He looked scared. I hugged him and promised I'd never leave him there again. And then I'll choose the next text, talking about the sound of clinking coins and low growl. So I'm going to choose this one over here because there's a lot more details. So I'm going to vote. Once everyone has voted, they'll get like a rotation of different texts that pop up for them to vote. Once they vote, you will hit next as the teacher, and then it will say that the team's most imaginative texts are ready. So they'll be able to see who in their team had, the most imaginative text. Then the teacher can look at these 3 finalists and display them so that students can get an idea of what worked really well. So as the teacher, I can say, okay, here was the first one. We're looking for what is imaginative, what makes you curious or wonder. So we'll read that and then discuss why we liked that one. And then we'll do the next one. And then finally, the last one. And then as a class, you can decide which one you decide, which one's the best. So I'll go with C. That's my vote. And then you'll see what happens. There's the results. And so then the points will come on the board. So if you were a bull, I guess, is that what that is? Your team just got 1,000 points because theirs worked. Or theirs was chosen. So the really cool thing about this, and I'll pause it for now, is number one, it gets kids thinking about writing. It gets them excited. It gives them a prompt, which gives them a starting point, making it more accessible to, lots of different students. The other thing that I like about this is that they can see the examples of ones that are really, really good and keep getting chosen, and then they can model that in their next task. So right after that initial one, they'll get another prompt. And then the things you discussed in your initial writing, they can incorporate into theirs. So this is a super cool resource. If you need any help with it, or if you'd like me to come in and model and run a mock lesson with your classes, I would be happy to do so. Just let me know.